Hello, future engineers. Here is a video in plane and solid analytic geometry solve problems. This is batch 1. The second part will be discussed on the next presentation or slides. So here we go. A quadrilateral is bounded by points A, 4, 3, B, 2, negative 7 halves, C, negative 13 over 4, comma, negative 1, and D, negative 1, comma, 2. So determine the following: the slope of diagonal AC, the equation of side AB, 1.2, the equation of the line parallel to BC and through point D, 1.4, the equation of the perpendicular bisectors to side CD, 1.5, the area of the quadrilateral, and 1.6, the slope of the line between the intersection of the diagonals and the centroid of the quadrilateral. So let's end up to 1.6 for part 1 because it is very lengthy video if I'm going to continue up to 1.12. So let's have 1.7 up to 1.12 on the second part. So first, let's plot these points: A 4 comma 3, negative 1 comma 2, which is D because the point should be arranged in counterclockwise direction. C is negative 13 over 4 comma negative 1, and B is 2 comma negative 7 halves, and this is the quadrilateral as shown. So first, the slope of AC, this diagonal. So the slope of AC, if we begin at 3, is 3 minus negative 1 over 4 minus negative 13 over 4. So the slope of AC is equal to 16 over 29, and we take note of this because there is also a question 1.6, the slope of the line between the intersection of the diagonal. So we need that point of intersection of the diagonals and the centroid of the quadrilateral. So let's proceed to 1.2, the equation of side AB. This is AB, so to determine the equation of side AB, we need the slope first, 3 minus negative 7 halves. So y, let's have 2-point form. So y minus 3, I select x1, y1 as point A. Y minus 3 over y minus 3 equals slope, and the slope is 3 minus negative 7 halves over 4 minus 2. Then times quantity x minus x1, so x minus 4. Remember, point slope form, this is the point x1, y1, so y1 is 3 and x1 is 4, so y minus y1 equals slope, and slope is 3 minus negative 7 halves all over 4 minus 2. Then quantity x minus x1, so x minus 4. So y minus 3 is equal to 13 over 4, quantity x minus 4. Multiply everything by 4. 4y minus 12 equals 13x minus 52. Simplifying the equation of the line, which is parallel to AB and through the slope of side AB is 13x minus 4y equals 40. So 13x minus 4y equals 40. Then next is the equation of the line parallel to BC and through D. So to find the equation of the line parallel to BC and through this point, that line would be this line here. So we need the slope of BC first. The slope of BC is negative 1 minus negative 7 halves over negative 13 over 4 minus 2. So the slope of BC is equal to negative 10 over 21. So if this is the slope of BC, the slope of the line parallel to BC will have of the form 10x plus 21y. 10x plus 21y equals 10 times, because the line passes through negative 1 comma 2. So again, the first two terms of the line parallel to BC would be 10x plus 21y. You just make the sign between the terms positive, the opposite of this negative here. So the slope of that is negative a, negative 10 over b, which is 21, because the slope is negative 10 over 21. So 10x plus 21y equals 10 times negative 1 plus 21 times 2. So that's the short test way of finding the equation of the line parallel to BC and through point D. So simplifying this, 10x plus 21y equals 32. 10x plus 21y equals 32. So we already finished 1.3. Let's proceed to 1.4. The equation of the perpendicular bisector to side CD. This is CD. Perpendicular bisector means it's the line through the midpoint and perpendicular to that side. So we locate the midpoint first, E, and then the line perpendicular to it. So coordinates of E is 1/2 of negative 1 and negative 13 over 4, and 1/2 of quantity 2 plus negative 1, or negative 1 plus 2. So it is negative 17 over 8 comma 1/2. That's point E. So if you check it with the location, negative 17 over 8 is about negative 2, but slightly greater than negative 2, to the left of negative 2, rather, then 1/2. So that's it. We also check the coordinates before we proceed if it's possible. So that's possible. There's sense. Next is we need the slope of CD, and the slope of the line perpendicular to CD would be the negative reciprocal of the slope of CD. So the slope of CD is 2 minus negative 1. So this is the required line. So slope of CD 2 minus negative 1 over negative 1 minus negative 13 over 4, and that is 4/3. Therefore, the slope of this green line, which is perpendicular to CD, is the negative reciprocal of 4/3, negative 3/4. So if it is negative 3/4, the expected equation of the line is, just like this technique here, is 3x plus 4y equals 3 times negative 17 over 8 plus 4 times 1/2. So simplifying that, let's put it here, 3x plus 4y equals negative 35 over 8. Multiply everything by 8, so we have 24x plus 32y equals negative 35. So that's the equation which is needed in 1.4. We proceed to 1.5, the area of the quadrilateral, and let's have that on the next slide. So for the area, we arrange the points in counterclockwise manner, remember, so that the area will be positive. So area equals, let's have the figure. Area equals 1/2 of quantity. Let's begin at A. You can begin at any point, but as long as it is, they are arranged counterclockwise. So 4/3, then negative 1 over 2, then negative 1/2 of 4/3, negative 1 over 2, negative 13 over 4 over negative 1, and 2 comma negative 7/2. Then go back to the initial point 4 comma 3. So area is 1/2 of quantity 8 plus 1 plus 91 over 8 plus 2 times 3 6, then minus quantity negative 3, negative 13 over 2, negative 2, negative 14. So simplifying, area is equal to 415 over 16 square units. So that's the area. Then we proceed to 1.6. The slope of the line between the intersection of the diagonals and the centroid of the quadrilateral. First, let's find the point of intersection of the diagonals, and let's call that point F. And to find F, we need a point of intersection of diagonals AC and BD. So equation of AC, we already found the slope 16 over 29. So the equation is I select 4, 3 as point where the line passes through. So equation of AC is 16x minus 29y equals 16 times 4 minus 29 times 3. Simplifying, 16x minus 29y equals negative 23. Call that equation 1. So to check that this is indeed the answer, you may also substitute negative 13 over 4 comma negative 1 if the constant is negative 23. So try 16 times negative 13 over 4, that's negative 52, minus 29 times negative 1, so plus 29 is negative 52 plus 29 equals negative 23, right? So it checks. Next is the line BD, equation of line BD. To determine the equation of line BD, we need the slope first. Slope of BD is 2 minus negative 7 halves over negative 1 minus 2. And that's negative 11 over 6. So the equation of line BD is 11x plus 6y, remember the technique, equals 11 times, I select negative 1 comma 2 as point. So 11x plus 6y equals 11 times negative 1 plus 6 times 2. Simplifying, that's 11x plus 6y equals 1. Equation of BD. Now, the point of intersection F is determined by solving equations 1 and 2 simultaneously. That's the point of intersection between lines AC and BD. So solving equations 1 and 2 simultaneously, we get the coordinates of F, negative 109 over 415 and positive 269 over 415. So that's about negative point something, so it's correct. And positive 269 over 415, slightly lower than zero point 0.5. So that's the possible location of F. This is the pair of coordinates for F. Next is G. We need the centroid of triangle ADC and the centroid of triangle ACB. But before the centroid, we need the area of ADC. So area of ADC beginning at 4/3. So 4/3, then negative 1 comma 2, then negative 13, 4 over 1, negative 1, then back to the first point, 4, 3. So area is 1/2 of quantity 8 plus 1 plus minus 39 over 4, then minus quantity negative 3, negative 13 halves, then negative 4, negative 1 times 4, negative 4. So area of ADC is equal to 51 over 8 square units. Next, we need area of ACB. So ACB is beginning at 4 in counterclockwise direction. Area of ACB is equal to 1/2 of 4, 3, then negative 13 over 4, negative 1, then 2, negative 7 halves back to 4/3. So area of ACB is equal to 1/2 of negative 4, then 91 over 8, then 2 times 3 is 6, minus quantity 3 times negative 13 over 3 is negative 13 over 4 is negative 39 over 4, then negative 2, then negative 14. So solving or simplifying area of ACB is equal to 313 over 16. So to check, 51 over 8 plus 313 over 16 should be the area of the quadrilateral 415 over 16 to check the areas. Next, xg1, the x-coordinate of the centroid of triangle ADC, remember it's just the average. So 1/3 of 4, -1, and -13 over 4. So it is equal to -1 over 12. So it's somewhere here. Estimate, so that's acceptable. Then yg1 is 1/3 of 3 plus 2 plus -1, and that is equal to positive 4/3. So around here. So that's possible also. yg1 is 4/3. Next, the coordinates of centroid of triangle ACB. So it's about here. So we expect positive x and negative y. So xg1, let's put the solution here. 1/3 of xg1, 4 plus -13 over 4, 1/3 of quantity 4, -13 over 4 plus 2. So that's 11 over 12. Then yg2, which is expected negative most probably. So 1/3 of quantity 3 plus -1 plus -7/2. And that is -1/2. So by Varignon's theorem, to locate G, 415 over 16 times xg equals area 1, 51 over 8 times xg1, -112, plus area 2, 313 over 16 times xg2, which is -1/2. Sorry, xg2, 11 over 12. So solving for xg, it is at 3,341 over 4,980. That's less than 1, and most probably it's this location here. Then yg, 415 over 16 yg is 51 over 8 times 4/3 plus 313 over 16 times -1/2. So yg is equal to -41 over 830. Most probably if that's the location of G. Then finally, the slope of FG would be YF 269 over 15 minus YG negative uh, negative 79 over 332, that's YG, divided by negative 109 over 415 minus XG 3341 over 4980. So solving for the slope of FG equals negative 3474 over 4649. So that's it for this video.